Hi everybody. This is just a little preamble before the vlog. I wasn't actually going to post this vlog because the software that I use for editing the video all jammed up, and it took whoever manages the software a long time to stop it doing some faults. So the whole video was trapped within the editing suite. So I thought, well, maybe I shouldn't post it now because it's been so long, well, a couple of weeks. But I thought, nah, I've done it, so I'll post it. And it's also an opportunity to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody as we start the celebrations. So wherever you are, whatever you're going to be doing, with friends, family, or whatever, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and a wonderful growing season. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Hi, I'm down on the allotment. We're forecast for a hard frost and probably some snow this week. So I'm just come down to make sure we've got any kind of delicate plants covered and anything brought in that we can protect. But I think it's only going to take, I think we're only going to have it for about a week. We've got a cold blast coming from the north somewhere. And you can see, look at that grey sky. It's, I'm hoping that the rain will stay off enough for us to do the jobs we need to do today. I've also got a number of bags of leaves that I want to chop up to put on the compost while it's still dry, because once they get wet and damp, they're really hard to chop up. But when they are chopped up, they break down a lot quicker and easier. So just chopping the leaves up and just trying to do it quickly while the weather is dry, because I can see it's going to start pouring down with rain. So it's great because the lawnmower chops it up really fine, and then we put that into the great big compost bin that we've got that's just for leaves, and then it rots down in a year. So we have some great leaf mulch ready for the autumn or spring. Here we've got some Swedes. They're not hugely big, but it's all food to help us through the winter. So there's about 2 rows of them. You can't particularly see them well, but they are coming along. Not too bad, but not huge in size. So we have a few sad lettuces in here that, if the frost doesn't get it, we'll pick. This is our bed of parsnips, and I shall look forward to digging some of those up once we have the frost, because it will make them sweeter. But I'm hoping, I don't know what they're going to be like. I guess you'll have to find out when I do the next video. The celeriac are doing great, so we'll have celeriac for the winter. Down here they're nice and big. They could do with a little bit of a, oops, sorry about that. They could do with a little bit of a clean up, but you can see they're looking really nice. So that's our other winter crop. I've cleaned our second carrot bed up. Probably can't see. So there's some nice carrots for during the winter. Hope you can see that. Sorry if it's a bit blurred. Then we got some fennel. The frost may well hit those quite badly. If I can find a bit of fleece, I might just pop it over just to give it a little bit of protection, but otherwise it'll have to just take its chance. There, let's keep our fingers crossed. We'll also have a few cabbages to get us through the winter. The state of them is a bit laughable. They've been gobbled by slugs, snails, who knows what, but you know, we can chop some of that off, and there's still some cabbage, because some of them are worse than others. And then in the spring, I think that I'm going to put a load of nematodes over here. If I've got time during the week, I think we've got a sunny day after this really bad cold spell. So next week I'll take all this netting off and take all of those leaves, take the bad leaves off, and maybe if I can find a bit of fleece or something, I might just cover them. But you know, it'll be what it is. But I shall just make them look a little bit better. But there are cabbages to eat if we get hungry. The purple sprouting broccoli, on the other hand, is looking beautiful, which means we will have something for the hunger gap. There's two varieties of purple sprouting broccoli. One's an earlier one, Rudolph, and the other one is a later one. And can I remember what it's called off the top of my head? Nah, I can't. Claret. There you go. So that will be a later one, probably ready about February, March. So that will give us something in those months. And then here we have 2 rows of kaleets, and they're looking beautiful. You can even eat some of these top tender leaves. You might be able to see the kaleets just coming. I need to get in there again and take some of the leaves. These were planted quite late. Let me show you this one. This one's a bit better. Can you see those? Yeah, see the kaleets are just coming. And they are surprisingly delicious. First time I grew and ate them was last season, and we were very, very surprised by them. So we popped in 2 rows this year, and next year I'm going to try and see if I can put some in a little bit earlier so we can get an earlier crop. We've also got some brassicas under here, which I think are a few cauliflowers for an early crop. Some spring onions that have been left over, and they look like they're not far off, ready for being cropped as well. So we have got lots of bits and pieces around that we can eat during the winter. I'll show you the 3rd bed as well. A couple of weeks ago I planted up these fish boxes, these polystyrene fish boxes, not being sure what would actually come up, but there you go. See, the plants have taken. So although we may not get very much now, as everything starts to warm up, we'll be able to get plenty of leaves to pick. And this corn salad is really, really hardy, and I can see that I'll be able to take a crop from here pretty soon. So it just goes to show it's worth just popping things in when they do look sad and when you think they should really be tossed on the compost bin. It's a bit late for elephant garlic, which these are. Look at the size of them, beautiful. But a friend bought them for me, and I haven't seen her to pick them up, and I just saw her last week, so I picked them up from her a bit late. But I'm going to put them in. There's still time. So it's not really late because you can put them in, just that I prefer to put them in a lot earlier. I prefer to put them in September, and we're in October, and we're nowhere near that now. But they'll be fine, and rather than waste them, because these bulbs were hugely expensive, so I'm hoping that they'll do well and I'll be able to save a couple for next year rather than have to buy some. We stopped growing elephant garlic just because we had so much regular garlic, but I do like them, so why not? I've got some space. So I'm just peeling the outside away so that I can get to the cloves, which, look at the size of those cloves. They're enormous, absolutely enormous. Sorry, I'm filming this with one hand. So I'll finish breaking these up and then I'll show you what I've got. It's probably only about 8 to 10 cloves once I've broken them both up. So from those 2 bulbs I've got 8 cloves, but look at the size of them. Look at the size of these 3. They're absolutely ginormous. So I'm going to just pop them in. I'm going to plant them about 3 inches deep, and then just leave them to do their thing. So I've made the holes for the garlic along here. Nice 8 holes, and I shall just pop them in. Here they go. They are quite enormous. And just to check, that's the bottom and that's the top, so they'll go in there nice and deep. Let's just get the other ones. And that's the last one. I shall cover them up, mark the row, and then just leave them. Having them nice and deep means that the birds won't dig them up, I hope. So that's good. Another job done before the very, very cold bitter winds come. So I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. And don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, or put any comments below, because I'm always forgetting to say that, because that will help grow our channel. But wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy growing. Bye bye.